All right, let's do something good for the community here. We'll head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 1,500 Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. By the way, thank you. A bunch of people texted in the last segment. Businesses, they're looking for a shout out. Go through all those texts when I have some free moments, and I'll give you back my email and I'll get some more info from you so we can ring the registers, if you will. But one of the things Crowder and I have been trying to do, not just talk to the regular sports figures that we talk to all the time, which we will continue to do so, but at least once a show or every other show, we try to bring on someone that might be able to answer some important questions. Mauricio Morales, who we call Mo, we know him. He's the Vice President of Marketing and Information Systems at Dade County Federal Credit Union. Huge fan of the Miami Dolphins. Been a very good partner on our radio show for a long time. He is joining us now. Hello, Mo.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Very good. How you existing? You existing all right during this crazy time?
It's been a little bit of a crazy time. But I keep on telling my friends and family, it's like I feel like a player that a coach got canned in the middle of the season, and the new coach comes in and switches playbook on us. We're used to doing certain things, working a certain way, and all of a sudden we're used to running a 4-3 defense, and now we got to run a 3-4 defense. And pretty sure Crowder could relate to that.
Yeah, I don't think he could run either very well, to be quite honest. But that's a whole nother segment. Whole nother segment. All right, let's ask some questions here. Boy, this is doing more good for the community than I thought. We're providing laughs. Mauricio Morales, again, Dade County Federal Credit Union. They've been a good partner of our radio show, but there's some questions I think that are appropriate for all the people listening. I'll start with this. Should people be keeping more cash on hand with everything that's going on?
Not only for sanitary reasons, it's not recommended. There's also the possibility of getting robbed. There was a news story not too long ago that a lady went to the bank, withdrew like $10,000 or $7,000, and they followed her home and robbed her. Your money is safe at any institution, whether it be at the credit union here at Dade County Federal or whatever other financial institution. Your money is safe. It's insured by the government. A lot of us are getting the stimulus payments and deposited into accounts. I get it. We all want to touch and feel the money, but there's really no need. Your money is safe and secure where it's at.
And Mo, with what's going on now, we see the unemployment numbers. We just, see the economy, what's going on. How would you advise someone on a tight income to survive through this pandemic?
One of the things that we always educate our members is budget. And, now it's difficult to start planning. Personally, it made me realize one of the advice we always say is 4 to 6 months. And I always thought that's what the experts say. That's not the way I want to practice. But now thinking about it, I wish I would have saved 4 to 6 months. But what you could do now is, again, know what income's coming in, plan for it, and see where you could trim some of the fat. Do I really need the extra subscriptions to XYZ? And maybe a membership that you have to something, you could call them and ask for, maybe a discount. A lot of companies out there are giving you a discount for the next 3 months, reducing it for 20, 30%, just to hold off. So there's always ways that you could find to stretch that dollar more and more.
That's good advice about calling and trying to get the discount. That's really sound advice. Now, a lot of people listening, and again, Mauricio Morales, Vice President of Marketing and Information Systems at Dade County Federal Credit Union. A lot of people are seeing that stimulus check appear in their accounts over the last couple of days. A lot of people tweeting it out today. What should people do with it? What should people do with this money? $1,200 for most single people, $2,400 for families.
If you need it to pay the bills, go for it. Pay the bills. Get your house in order. Do what you have to do. What we're advising people is don't be silly with it. Right now, you might be secure in your job. You might be one of the fortunate ones that didn't get laid off. If that's the case, save that money. Put it away in the bank for now and save it. Start building that emergency fund in the event something were to happen. Like I mentioned, this is a playbook that we're not familiar with. Somebody might decide to call an audible all of a sudden, and you might get terminated. You might be unemployed. Your spouse, significant other could, be unemployed as well. We don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, the economy rebounds quickly. But like you guys were talking earlier today, when we do open the sporting events, are we going to get 100,000, 50,000 fans, or are people slowly going to trickle in? We don't know how the economy is going to rebound after this. So my suggestion is, if you could easily save the money for a rainy day, save that money for a rainy day. Don't go crazy and buying a 50-inch TV or a Crowder jersey.
It ain't many Crowder jerseys going out right now, Mo. I'll tell you that much. I'm not. That check has gotten slow. I think I get 18 cents a year.
I may reimburse you if you go out and buy one of those and send me a picture. Tempted.
Hey, Mo, like you're talking about, when I said something about unemployment earlier, but we know people are losing their jobs. If your income did stop, if you were one of the people that got furloughed or lost your job, should you stop paying your mortgage, the car loans, the credit card loans, like your debt you're in? Should you stop paying those bills?
I mean, what you need to do is call the lenders. We're taking calls from our members day in, day out, trying to help them out, trying to put them on a program, defer some payments, help out our members. The important thing is having the open line of communication, reaching out to that lender, whether it be your bank, your credit union, the dealership that you got your vehicle through. Call them and say, hey, I lost my job. What can you do? And majority of the time, they're going to come up with a plan that works for you. The important thing is to reach out and talk to them.
That's a good piece of sound advice as well. Don't just ignore it. If you can reach out, they'll work with you, because obviously many people are going through this. Just a couple more questions for you. There's a lot of options right now for loans, right? Small business loans, personal loans. You see a lot of stuff popping up on social media, and ostensibly it's all to help the community. But how do people know it's not a scam, I guess would be the question.
Unfortunately, some people are taking advantage of the situation and trying to, reach out and do some scams. So you have to be careful. If you get a call from somebody saying they're with the IRS, they're with your bank, your credit union, you could simply say, I'm sorry, let me call you right back, and look at the number at the back of your debit card. Call that number and talk to somebody. Because a lot of, like I said, they're doing scams and they're trying to get your information to do the fraud. Maybe not now, 6 months later when, everything calms down. They already have your name, your social security number, and we may not think about it. We're all in a crisis. The biggest separation between what's going on now, this pandemic, and what's happened, in the past is that this is really affecting not only the entire country, but the world. So everybody's, in a sense of hysteria, trying to figure out what to do, and we're tending to put our defenses down. So you might get that call with somebody that's saying, hey, if you give me your social security number, I could get you a loan for $5,000 overnight. I just need your social security number, your account number. And that's when we fall prey to these predators. So we have to be smart about it. And it goes back to having a relationship with that financial institution, whether it be the bank, the credit union. You need to call them and say, hey, I'm struggling, help me out. And not trying to pound that statement over the head, but it goes back to, if I ask you, Hawk, for $500, are you going to lend it to me? Or if Crowder asks you for $500, you're going to lend it to him. You have a relationship with me. And that's the same thing with your current financial institution. You have to have that relationship. That's what we tell our members. We are the reason we work for you. So we ask them to call us, and we're going to try to do everything in our power to help them out during this hard time.
Really sound advice. Mauricio Morales, again, Dade County Federal Credit Union has been a very good partner of this radio program for a long time, and I think you have espoused some really sound advice. And I would say this from a personal experience, which Crowder can attest to, as financially savvy as one might think they are, and I'm talking about me, you can fall victim to these scams when you're not expecting it, even when you are expecting it, like during this time. I don't want to go into details, but I threw myself through a wall. I was so angry for falling for one of these financial scams once. Crowder knows how it ate me up inside for way too long. So be on the lookout, everybody.
Mo,
didn't it happen to Drew?
Mo, he gave an 11-year-old his social security number over the phone for some reason.
It's almost as bad as Drew Brees. Didn't it happen with him and a diamond ring or something like that not too long ago?
I can't even begin to tell you how stupid I was. I just, it's so unfathomable what I fell for. It just eats me up inside. Anyway, Mauricio Morales, thank you so much. Again, he's the Vice President of Marketing and Information Systems at Dade County Federal Credit Union, and we appreciate you giving us 10 minutes of your time today to what I think disseminate some really important information for our listeners and hopefully help some people out. So thank you, Mo.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, and I love you guys.
Well, we love you back. Crowder.
I'll holler at you, Mo. Stay up there.
Crowder.
Yes.
He said he loves us.
We care about Mo.
Crowder.
Couldn't love you, Mo. I love you, Mo. I would hug you if I could.
See you, Mo.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
There's a guy who gets the show.